Hello and welcome to Music Minute. I'm Kevin Barger, the Director of Music Ministry at Epiphany Lutheran in Richmond, Virginia, and this is where we take a look at our hymns for tomorrow. So we're going to start with the hymn of the day tomorrow, which is Blessed Be the Tie That Binds, probably one well known by many, if not all. And there's a story that goes with this hymn, and it is a story. I don't know that I can attest to the veracity of this, but it says that John Fawcett, who actually wrote the hymn, was leaving his church in Wainsgate and going to London. And the bags had all been packed, his wagons, this was in 1772, so the wagons had all been packed up with those bags. And as he was getting ready to leave, his wife and the people of the church actually prevailed upon him and pled with him not to go. So he stayed, and in response, he supposedly wrote this hymn. So I don't know if that's true or not, but a nice story nonetheless. And the writer to whom the tune is attributed actually concentrated heavily on Bach and was influenced greatly by his work, which is kind of interesting to me, as I don't see, or when I hear this hymn, I don't really see or hear Bach influence there, but that was noted about him. So this is Blessed Be the Tie That Binds. A nice fun arrangement of that. All right, we will move to the next, which is actually our sending hymn tomorrow. Christ is alive, let Christians sing. So this was written in April of 1968, and it was written for Easter that year following the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. And really the intention here was to capture the hope of Easter in spite of the tragic event that had happened with Martin Luther King Jr.'s death. The author struggled to get the right words. In fact, this has been rewritten 3, if not 4 times since 1968, where he was really trying to get anyone to focus on the hope and the joy and the good news story of Easter, and he just didn't feel like he quite had it. So after about the 4th time, that's what made our hymnal. The first 4 notes, for those who are doing little trivia things, first 4 notes are the same as Jesus shall reign. Jesus shall reign. So the same 4 notes start Christ is alive, let Christians sing. And it's somewhat ironic that we will be singing this tomorrow, and some of us will be singing it actually in person tomorrow. We will be introducing some in-person singing back at our 10:30 service tomorrow. And what better song to sing together after months of being silenced due to the pandemic. So I'm going to flip over to the organ. This is a trumpet tune on Christ is alive, let Christians sing. All right, and last but not least is our gathering hymn for tomorrow, which is Rise, O Son of Righteousness. And what is that, you might say? Doesn't sound familiar. You probably know it better as At the Lamb's High Feast We Sing, which we do sing very frequently. This is somewhat unique in that the text is authored by 3 different people, and that's pretty unusual. 2 of the 3 authors had other professions that they had. One tended sheep, and the other studied medicine. The third one was a theologian from the start. And the tune has a Moravian background to it. and it was a 15th century folk song. And that's just so important to remember as we look at hymnody and the importance of being in tune and vernacular and languages that all the assembled could be able to sing and appreciate. So, this is At the Lamb's High Feast We Sing, or Rise, O Son of Righteousness. Enjoy. You might recognize that from many a Sunday in Easter, on Easter Sunday, where we would sing during communion. So, thank you for joining us this evening, and if you are joining us online tomorrow, that's at the same time, 10:30, on Facebook and YouTube. And if you're coming in person at either 9 or 10:30, we have heard all of the latest things from the CDC and the governor's office this week. So there are no changes tomorrow in terms of what you signed up for earlier in the week. Still remains in effect for tomorrow. And stay tuned as we evaluate how things may be changing in the upcoming weeks. So thanks so much, and we'll see you again next week.